Alright, yeah.
Alright, this is Liam here from Independent MMA with Jon Fitch, and we're here to get some answers out of him. How are you going?
I'm good. I'm doing well.
Enjoying Australia?
Yeah, it's been nice. Been here a few days. Transitioned with the time, the sleep different, everything's feeling good. I'm excited about this fight. That was the biggest concern for me because I've only fought outside of the Northern America once, and that was once in Japan. And it's always different with sleep and food and everything. You know, your body's a sensitive instrument when you're that in shape and ready for a fight. Any little thing can throw it off. So a lot of confidence after coming here this week and seeing everything, seeing the lay of the land, the food. So can't wait to come out here and fight.
Oh, that's cool. Well, actually, let's stay on that topic for a second. For yourself, and say it was pancreas you fought?
No, it was a one-time deal. It was called X1. Ex-UFC fighter Ryan Johnson from way back in the day. He partnered up with World Japan Wrestling, I can't remember. And they partnered up and they put together a cage show in Japan. It was just a one-time deal.
Well, what was for fighters who are going overseas? From your camp, a lot of guys are fought in Japan. How do you guys adjust to the diet over there? And did you bring your own food? Or
yeah, that's what I mean. My diet's changed a lot in the past year and a half. Since UFC 100, I switched to more of an organic diet, and I've spent a lot more time researching and studying up on diet and nutrition now. So it would be different now than the first time I fought. Like now, if there was a place where I wouldn't have food, I would pack and bring as much dry type food as I could. Cereals, hemp cereals, flaxseed cereals, things like that. And then, calling ahead using the internet's a great thing. This thing they invented called Google.
Yeah.
You can find a lot of the types of food and stuff you need in the area most places you go. Memphis was difficult though because Memphis, Tennessee, everything's barbecue.
Yeah.
You order a salad and it comes up in barbecue sauce.
Yeah, we found that out when we went to America. Australian diet's pretty clean, just like meat and salad and stuff. We went to Vegas, so there's nothing for us to eat.
Yeah, Vegas can be a hard spot because fast food, the hotel stuff. Like usually each hotel, because I fought in Vegas enough, each hotel has one thing that I can get. I usually get that one thing.
Well, what do you recommend?
MGM has a good salmon, or maybe it's Mandalay Bay. Honestly, has a pretty good salmon and rice dish, asparagus.
No, well, the reason I asked is because a lot of Australians go there and train on the way there and handle stuff, and it's hard to find food to train on.
And that's the thing too. There's some stuff off the main strip too. Small things like my wife's Vietnamese, so I've developed a taste for Vietnamese food's really clean and healthy. So they have some good Vietnamese places in Vegas.
You like pho?
Like pho, yeah.
That's
of course,
very
I'm spoiled because her mom. Yeah, that's actually one of the things that I learned. Australia was like the second biggest port from Vietnamese when they fled Vietnam after the war. The U.S. and Australia.
Yeah, we got great Vietnamese food in here. So when you find in Australia, there's lots of good places in Marrickville and stuff, you can find them. Okay, next question for you then. So similar to the question I asked Kalanoki, is his approach to dealing with the media seems quite similar to yours. In your team you've got Josh Koscheck, who, as far as I know, plays the heel. I don't know if he is a heel or he plays the heel, but what's it like for you? I mean, you're just kind of more straight down the line with your interviews and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, what it comes down to is I'm a little bit lazy, and being a heel or talking shit takes a lot of energy, and I don't have that kind of energy. It's just not me, and it would be a lot of work for me to force it. So I'd rather just be myself and kind of an open book to most people. I hope that I can be an example to some other people who want to aspire to the sport, and not just the sport, but anything. I think if you take my mindset towards attacking your fears in any line of work, I think you can find success. So I'm hoping I can inspire people.
Well, actually, on that note, I have a question I was going to ask you later, but did you guys use, a lot of people talk about it, we never really get any information in Australia about using sports psychologists as part of it?
We actually got a new sports psychologist at AKA, and she is working on her, I can't remember if it's a master's or a doctorate or something, but it's part of one of her courses. So we're letting her come in, and she's helping a lot of the guys. She's going to have some homework on visualization skills, practice things when I get back for me. And there's a lot of guys on the team that need that kind of work, and it's important. I think I have a pretty good mental capacity. I'm pretty good at staying on point and not getting distracted. getting too down on things. But everybody can use that category.
That's a good answer. We get kind of messages and training techniques kind of delayed here a little bit, so that's good to hear. But an interesting question I have for you is interesting for me and fans is BJ Penn and yourself have always out of all the fighters are the kind of guy you guys are the kind of guys who stayed in your camp the whole career. I mean, how's that affected you? You know, let's say for example, in your wins, obviously it's nice to be in the camp, but in your losses, a lot of guys seem to jump around camps.
Yeah, I feel there's a lot of guys who, not picking anybody out in specific, but I feel a lot of guys are unwilling to accept responsibility for their shortcomings in a fight, and too quick to blame the gym that they're with, and they jump ship too fast. Now, in some situations, like, yeah, they are in a gym that's not sufficiently preparing them for fighting at this level. But a lot of times the guys are just, they're looking for the wrong answers in the wrong spot. If you scale back and look at your training and look at your technique, you're going to find the holes you need to be fixed. And jumping ship to a new team, new camp, I don't think is always the best thing.
That's a great answer. Just another question for you. I love that jiu-jitsu fans always ask me to ask you if you ever train in the gi.
I train the gi all the time. I love the gi. If you want to get good at submission wrestling and fighting, and you don't train in the gi, it's like trying to become Mr. Olympian without lifting a weight.
Yep.
Right? It's not going to happen. It makes your technique tighter. It makes your game tighter. It exposes you to much more different levels of experience, from white to black. I mean, it's really helpful to one day work with a white belt where you can work on technique and practice that technique, and then the next day work with a brown or black belt who's able to smash you, and then you're trying that same technique. You're having a lot of success with the white belt on. You can try it with the black belt. You might not hit it, but you know what I mean. Like whereas if you always just train with the black belt, you would never progress.
Right.
So you wouldn't be able to. You'd always keep getting smashed down, and you need different levels of training partners. And I think that you get exposed a lot to that with training.
Well, I mean, that's a great answer. I mean, with MMA, do you do the same thing? Do you find low-level guys to try stuff out on and bring it up to your high-level partners?
A little bit, but like with MMA, I don't like to spend. I kind of condense my workout. So, and we have two different kinds of workouts. We have out-of-camp training, we have in-camp training, and that's going to change your intensity. Out-of-camp training, I'll train longer hours, longer days, but less intense and it's less beating on the body. In that situation, then I'm going to grab all levels because that's the time you're going to gain the most in your skill set. But when I'm in camp and training for a fight, I need to be training against the best guys who best mimic or replicate the person I'm fighting at a high intensity. So I'm trying to fight always work with the best guys who mimic my opponent the best. So it kind of depends on when you're training, whether you're in camp or out.
That's a fantastic answer. They're going to need you now, so we're going to let you go. But good luck for
Thank you.
Friday, and hope to see you.
Guys. Take care.
Well, question, man.